Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacy. This is the Count Your Blessings book tag. I feel like I haven't done a tag in a while, and I just watched book talks with Mrs. Thomas's video and Holly's video, and I wanted to join in on it. It was created by In Search of Wonder, and I will leave her original video down below. I will also leave book talks with Mrs. Thomas's video and Holly's video down below. Also, please check out all of them. They are fantastic. They are my friends and I love them. So anyway, let's get into this tag. I'm going to be looking at my computer down here. The very first question is count them one by one. Go ahead and try to count them. So as for counting my books, I actually don't own that many as opposed to a lot of other people on Book Talk. I don't buy books that often, and if I do, it's normally because it's a specific edition of a book or a specific author that I just like to collect certain authors. But I don't buy too many books. I read the majority of my books on my e-reader or listen to a lot of books. So all of my Christian fiction books are on this bookshelf behind me. So this has 5 shelves on it. So I have basically 5 shelves worth of books. I do have another bookshelf in my bedroom that I have some mystery books on, but I'm guessing there's maybe 15 books on that shelf. There's not a whole lot of books on there. And I also have a bookshelf upstairs with a lot of my older books on it, like classics and book series that I read like throughout my life that I just haven't wanted to get rid of. And that is the same size as this. So that's about all I have. I have a few other books laying around the house, but for the most part, this is how many books that I have. Question 2, and I actually need to pick this up and bring it closer to my face because I can't see. Life-changing books. What are some books that changed you or profoundly impacted you in a positive way? And I think we're all going with the Bible, number 1, of course. But fiction-wise, I'm actually stealing one from Holly. Oh, there's a bunch of birds outside my window. They're distracting me. I'm stealing this one from Holly, the Screw Tape Letters. This one definitely opened my eyes to how the supernatural world works. Also, This Present Darkness had a huge impact on me to understand that there is a whole thing going on around us that we don't see, and how those things influence and impact our lives. Absolutely blew me away. So books like that have a big impact on me. And also, and I mention this book all the time, Safely Home by Randy Alcorn. I felt so many things while reading this book, and this book really gave me such a deeper understanding of living like a Christian and living for Jesus. It was so impactful. All right, number 3, special editions. What are some special editions and copies that you really love? First editions, cloth, hardback, leather-bound, signed, or is there a book that is very valuable to you for sentimental reasons? Okay, I don't have any books that are really worth any money or any signed copies, but I do have a couple of books where I really love the covers. So I will start with these 2 classics. The House of Seven Gables. This is just so gothic-y and perfect. I love this book so much. And also this copy of Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Again, this is just the most perfect cover ever, and it has the red pages. Gorgeous. I also really love this cover for The Hound of the Baskervilles with a chihuahua on it. This was from Books A Million, I believe. So this is not like a classic vintage cover, but I just get such a kick out of this. And then I just found this at the Goodwill. I just bought this and I'm so pumped for this. I have never even seen this edition of A Voice in the Wind. Didn't know this existed, but I had to have it. I have another copy of it up here. I have this blue copy right there, but this This is so good. I don't know if the other books in the series also have these covers, but if they do, I will hunt them down because this is just the coolest. All right, next question is gifted books, book that someone has gifted you. And I don't get gifted books hardly ever. Sadly, nobody really gives me books except for my family will give me like cookbooks at Christmas time. But I did get this beautiful copy of Little Women from my Aunt Linda when I was 7. This book is from 1984. This was a special edition that came out from Longmeadow Press at that time. And yeah, my Aunt Linda gave this to me for Christmas. And I have moved a million times in my life, and I got rid of all of my books from when I was a kid because I didn't want to carry heavy boxes of books when I was moving. I know that is the saddest thing in the world. And I highly regret that, but for some reason I held on to this book. So I've had this book for 4 years, and my Aunt Linda passed away from kidney failure a few years ago. So I am so glad that I held on to this book, and I have this wonderful memory of her giving it to me. The next one is The Blessing of a Book. How has reading benefited you in your life emotionally, mentally, spiritually? Spiritually, I, learned that I was saved. So that was amazing. Learning all about God and his love for me and Jesus saving me. Reading the Bible for the first time, and then the second time, and then however many times after, and learning something new every time I read it. It's like unlocking different doors every time you read it, and new things speak to you. It's just an amazing experience. So that has been wonderful. Something that helps me physically with reading is it helps me to fall asleep at night. I need a book at night. I have to read before I go to bed, otherwise I can't fall asleep. So every single night for years I have my Kindle and I read when I go to bed. Sometimes I only read for 5 minutes and I fall asleep. Sometimes I can stay awake for like 30 minutes and then I pass out, but I have to read before I go to bed. It's like having a cup of warm milk for me. So I don't know what I would do without a book at bedtime. Like that would be horrible. I remember one time I flew to visit a friend in Houston and I forgot my Kindle at the house and I was devastated. I was considering ordering a new Kindle from Amazon and having it delivered at my friend's house so I would have it while I was there. I ended up reading on my phone the nights that I was there, and that was a horrible experience. I hate reading on my phone, but I got through. I survived. So yeah, I love reading and falling asleep. It's like melatonin. And the last one is friends, the greatest blessing. Do you have in-life friends that you'd love to talk books with you? Give them a shout out. So, I have friends that read in real life, not on the internet. I have friends that do read books, but we read very different books. So one of my best friends, she reads probably as much as I do, but she reads a lot of like military type books and political thrillers, like David Balducci, stuff like that. So we just have very different reading tastes that we don't really discuss the books that we're reading. But I have, made a ton of BookTube friends, and some of them I have actually met in real life and got to spend time with. Actually, the person I was just talking about in Houston is a very good friend that I met from BookTube, and I go visit her, so it's amazing to get to do that. And I've met up with another BookTube friend who is from New York, and he will come down to Washington, D.C., and we'll meet up and spend the day in D.C. hanging out. So I have actually met some of my friends on here, and hopefully we'll be meeting more soon. So yeah, I do love being on here and being able to talk about similar books. That actually kind of does make a difference, having similar taste in books. So it's been great. I think I'm supposed to tag people, but like Holly said, this video came out, I think, around Thanksgiving time. It's been out for a while, and I don't remember who's done it or not. So if you haven't done it, do it. I hope everybody's having a great day, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.